First, turn on the computer. Even if your computer battery is loaded, make sure to plug in the charger to guarantee a smooth VR experience. Unpack the VR equipment. Then, start the Oculus program to connect the VR equipment and the laptop. When the program opens, click on the device menu on the left. Then, click on Configure Rift on the upper right corner and select Full Setup to connect your VR equipment. A window will appear. Press the button Next to start the setup. Connect the sensors and the headset. Start the sensor connection as follows. The right sensor should be plugged to the USB port on the right side of the computer. The blue dots should be facing upwards for the plug to be connected. The left sensor have to be plugged to the USB port located on the right side of the computer too. Then, connect the headset to the laptop. The headset plugs consisting of one HDMI port and one USB port should be connected to the left side of the computer. After connecting both sensor and headset, wait until the OK signs appear in front of every tools and proceed to the next step. Choose the controller you want to pair for your experience. Select the touch controller on the left and proceed to the next step. Make sure to use the 2 AA batteries for the touch controllers. To open the battery door, press and slide down the touch handle. Once the batteries have been inserted, close the cover and proceed to the next step. It's time now to pair your controllers with the sensors. Connect the left controller first by pressing the Y button and the menu button simultaneously. Wait until the status lights stop blinking and that all the OK signs appear. The left touch connection is now complete. Press the B and O buttons simultaneously to connect the right controller. Once the connection to the right controller is complete, proceed to the next step. This step is to make sure that your sensors are properly connected and ready to support tracking. First, make sure the sensors are connected. Wait until the OK signs appear and proceed to the next step. Start the sensors setting up. Enter the age of the experimenter for an optimal experience. Depending on your position, either standing or sitting on a chair, enter the information considering your eyes level. Next, clear your space. Remove any obstacles that could pose a threat to the experimenter, and make sure to leave enough space to move around freely. Then, adjust the space between the sensors. The gap between the sensors should be around 1 or 2 meters to cover a wider space and enhance your experience. After adjusting the gap between the sensors, ensure that the glossy side of the sensors is pointing at the experimenter. Lift the sensor's head up to 15 degrees. Set up the sensor tracking to make sure your sensors can track you in your future simulation space. You will adjust the room orientation by matching your sensor's position with the diagram shown on screen. Make sure to hold your touch controller at eye level and keep squeezing the trigger until the green circle on screen is complete. Keep squeezing and releasing the trigger until the green circle is complete. When the green circle is finally complete and the diagram appears, release the trigger button. Point your touch controller at the diagram and move it until the diagram matches the actual position of your sensors, and then squeeze the trigger. When this step is complete, proceed to the next step. If the following screen appears, the gap between the sensor is too small and should be readjusted. You can readjust the sensor gap by pressing the retry button on the left. However, if the interval cannot be widened due to space limits, you can ignore the alert and proceed to the next step. Please note that if the sensor gap is not adequate, it may interfere with your experience. Now, it's time to set up your simulation space. Your simulation space can be set within the range of blue shown on screen. Squeeze and hold the trigger button of the touch controller. You can now start to move and set your simulation boundaries while checking the screen range. For an optimal experience, the space should be at least 2 meters long and 1.5 meters wide. When the space setting is complete, press the Continue button to proceed to the next step. If the space you set isn't sufficient, you can do it again by pressing the Reset button. However, if your environment doesn't allow you to set a bigger zone, you can press the button Next and continue. Note again that if your simulation space isn't large enough, your experience may be affected. VR equipment setup is now complete. You can now try on the headset. In order to have an optimal experience, the VR headset should be well adjusted to the experimenter's head. The headset features: adjustable side tabs on the left and on the right of the headset. Another adjustable tab located on the top. The 3 tabs guarantee a better hold and comfort. And headphones that can be tilted sideways, inward and outward. The headset can now be worn. Just before putting on the headset, make sure to loosen the left and right tabs halfway and the top tab completely. Tilt the headphone sideways to make more space and put the headset more easily. Put on the headset starting from the back to the front. Tighten the top tab until the headset fits correctly. Tighten the left and right tabs. Push the headphones back against the ears. Make sure to control the hold by moving your head slowly and adjusting the headset position. You can adjust the space between the lenses by pushing in and slide the lens slider. The lens slider is located on the bottom of the headset. The experimenter can adjust the lenses to change the clarity and find the most comfortable position. Everything is set now. You can start your experience. Now, the sensors detect the touch controllers and the headset is starting to work. Press the A button of your right touch controller to start the tutorial. Now, the experimenter can follow the tutorial instructions to get started. If you want to skip that step, you can press the Escape button on your keyboard. When you finish the tutorial, click on the library and select Apps on the left side of the Oculus window. Click on the Disaster Safety Experience program to start the experience.